What's going on, guys? Welcome back for another video. And today we're talking about how small YouTuber creators and channels like myself can win YouTube's new algorithm. So we've all seen that we have now the 1,000 subscribers and 8,000 watch hours. But we've also seen after that now they're counting every view as a view. Before it was like you had to do like 30 seconds or 15 seconds or whatever to count it as a view. But now it's as soon as somebody watches your channel, pretty much you have a view. So how can small creators win through this like myself? So somebody who's been doing YouTube over a year right now, there's a lot of things that I've learned in this year that I want to talk about in this video. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So the very first thing that I would do off rip is you have to kind of detach from your videos. I think a lot of times we spend so much focus and so much time on our videos that, this one has to be the one, or this one has to be the one, or this one has to be the one, to the point where you pretty much become discouraged by the process because you think every video is going to be the video. One thing that I've kind of learned that I've seen to be true is that sometimes it really just does take time. Some videos will pop off immediately depending on, I would say the search history of that topic or how relevant that topic is in the moment. So if you're doing something that's like current events or something like that, yeah, probably right now, your video is going to do better right now. If you're doing something that could be what they would say evergreen, or something that could be more of a long-term topic or doesn't have a specified time or date, then yes, it could probably get picked up a lot later. And I'm gonna talk about that a little more in the video because I have videos right now that are doing that right now. So the next thing that I would do is focus on growth over time. Even when you're talking about detaching from your videos, focus on growth over time. It's not about, what happens today or tomorrow, but it's like over the next 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. Then you can kind of go back and look at certain videos and see, all right, this one did well, this one didn't do well, and you kind of just go from there. But you don't want to be so attached to your videos that you just looking at the metrics every day. Like, why is it not moving up? Why is it not doing this? Why is it not doing that? So that would be the next thing I would do. After that, I would say focus on milestones and not metrics. Focus on milestones and not metrics. So what I mean by that is add on to my last one. Like when you focus on how much you've improved as opposed to what the numbers are, I think that's been my biggest metric for growth. It's not always been the views, even though that does help, but it's how have I improved in this video. So that could be my scripting, that could be my editing, that could be my pacing, that could be my themes, my time, my timing, my concepts. It also could be me figuring out the direction I want to go in, the clarity. I think one of the biggest things for me is having clarity on what direction I want my channel to go. I still do a lot of different things, but if you look at my channel, the channel has kind of like turned a little bit, but it's me having more clarity about where I want to go and what I want to do and how I want to create. So that's the next thing I will focus on is you focus on milestones and not metrics. The third thing I would say is you have to make people feel something. Like there has to be a connectivity to what you're doing. And when I mean make people feel something, I'm not just saying like joy, happiness, I mean like relatability. Like people have to, I don't even want to say relatability. People have to resonate with you as a person. Like I think sometimes some of the best creators are people who feel like I can actually see myself in this creator. Like this creator relates to me in some kind of way. Some of my favorite creators right now are people that I feel like I can see myself in, whether as a black man, whether as a black YouTuber, whether as, a man, whether as a young guy, whether we have the same kind of vision for life, same thought process, or whether they're like 3 or 4 steps ahead of where I'm trying to go or where I want to get to. I feel like having people that, hey, I kind of look up to this person, or hey, I kind of see myself in this person, or I can relate to this person. I feel like that is one of the biggest things that I try to do on my channels. Find ways to resonate. And one of the ways you do that is really just kind of being yourself. And when I'm saying like being yourself, I really mean like just whoever you are. Like not really worrying so much about it. It's not really so much about I have to have this character or persona, but being honest and true about what your reality is. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's the biggest thing that you can do. All right. The next thing I have on my notes is patience. So patience is, like I was saying, that's one of the biggest things. You're looking at growth over time. So when you're looking at growth over time, it's not a right now kind of thing. And when you detach from your videos and you're looking at milestones and, you know, over metrics, and you're looking at growth over time, it makes it a lot easier for you to create and put out ideas that you want to try. Why? Because you're not so focused on that particular idea doing well. You focus on, oh, excuse me, you focus on the culmination or the add-on of videos over time. So it's really just a patience game. It is a long-term game. Yes, there are people who, you know, do blow up overnight, I guess. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I feel like it's more fun when you actually put time into it, and not like in a frantic, chaotic, stressing over it kind of manner, but in like, I really enjoy doing this. Let me make a video, go on to my next video, let me try this idea, go on to that next idea. And then over time, you just see what kind of ideas work. Like, there are videos, candle making videos, 'cause I make candles as well. There are candle making videos that I have that I made a year ago, and they're just now starting to pick up steam and traction. And the crazy part of it is, I don't even like those videos. I don't even like them. And it's not because I do think they're bad videos, but it's not just because it's like those are my first videos. I just, they was overexposed to me. It's a lot of things that I personally didn't like, but people like them and they're watching them now, and that's okay. So if you're here right now, like, comment, subscribe if you like what I'm talking about. Just put a 1 in the chat so I know that you know what I'm saying, you still watching. And we're going to get into our last point. So the bonus that I would say is one of another important factor, but this is regarding to your views. It's really retention. I think, especially now with us going up to every view kind of counting, I think retention is going to be the metric that's going to be hit the hardest. Because if every view counts, you know, whether somebody watches a second of your video or 3 minutes of your video or 10 minutes of your video, then that is going to make your retention kind of fluctuate, in my opinion. And so you have to kind of find a way for people to want to stay and watch your videos. And I think a lot of times it's not going to be the gimmicky stuff that people say. It's not going to be like you have to have the perfect script in this. I really think it's going to be just how people resonate with your stuff. Like, is it something that people want to listen to while they're driving? Is it something that people want to listen to every day? Is it some people want to go to sleep to? Is it some people want to clean to? Is it some people want to watch for inspiration? Is it something people want to learn from? Like, there are so many different ways that you can kind of get retention, but I really think it just starts with a feeling. Like, make people feel connected to you as a creator. Don't try to mimic nobody else. Don't try to use anybody else's gimmicks. Just try to do what works for you. And that's what I try to do in every video. And more as time goes on, like, I'm becoming more myself. It's more natural. It has a better flow. So I think that is the best way to get it, is going to be retention. That is going to be the biggest thing. How can you retain people? How can you get people to watch more of your videos? Like I said, the video that I had just take off, that's probably got one of my most watch hours right now, as far as videos is concerned. Like, people are watching a lot more of that video from beginning to end. It was a how to make candles video. So maybe they actually want to know more about candle making. Maybe they just were, you know, impressed with my personality, my charm, whatever it is, you know. So you have to think about these things. And if you want to grow, if you want to win YouTube's new algorithm this year, I think that this is the way to do it. These are things that I'll be implementing on my channel as well. So if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. That's all I got for you today. Come back tomorrow. Peace.